Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. As you guys know, I'm Matty Betts. More NHL for you guys today. Let's jump right into it. It's not going to be that super long of a video. I mean, we got about 2 hours until the game starts, so I want to be able to get this video out there and let you guys all see it and, hear my picks, predictions, all of that before, before we run out of time where there's not enough time left for the game and stuff like that. So, with that being said, without further ado, we got ourselves a great series here with Edmonton and the Panthers. It looks like it actually has potential to be a Game 7 series, which I didn't think it would be at first. I thought the Oilers would be able to kind of handedly win this, maybe in 6 games. Win it 4-2. I like that a lot. But Edmonton did lose the last game. The game was a banger. It was a 4-4 game and going into overtime. So obviously they overcashed in that game, just like as in the first one. Another overtime game. This one went to double overtime until the Panthers eventually did end up scoring and, stealing one on the road against the Oilers. So Oilers do need a big game either tonight or, it should be in 3 days when they play again. So, you got to change the venue. So there's a chance the Oilers could catch the Panthers off guard, but it is also the Panthers at home, reigning champs. I don't really know how comfortable I feel with, taking Edmonton money line or something like that. You get plus 125, as you guys can see right here. So it's not bad, and it wouldn't be a bad idea if you really did trust Edmonton. I don't. That first game, the one in overtime, then the last game, it's just, I don't know. If you're going to let the Panthers take you to overtime 2 games in a row, both at home, you would think that the Panthers would be able to do a little bit better job at home, making sure that they secure the victory and, kind of send the Oilers packing in this one a little bit. Because if they can get up 2-1 and still have another home game, then, they could be looking at a 3-1 lead. Which that just would not be good for the Oilers or for me at least either. So, but with that being said, though, we're gonna stick with the over. Like I said, in both games the overs hit. It's only 6.5. So if this goes like the first one did, 3-3 in overtime, or like the last one 4-4 heading into overtime, we're perfectly fine with that. I mean, you got to take what's actually been happening, especially with these two teams. They both like to score and they both can score. Both very dangerous offensive teams. So. Yeah, the defense doesn't really scare me that much because both teams, like I said, have been able to hit this number in both of the other 2 games. You do have the change of venue, so there's probably a slight chance that they don't play as good. But if anybody plays just as good, it'd be the Panthers. And also, the Oilers have had a really good record on the road in these playoffs too. So we'll take the over in this game. I thought maybe Panthers minus 1.5, but I mean, you're getting a plus 165, but. That's the thing is the Oilers, they play really good and really hard on away ice. So with that being said, we're just gonna play it safe. We'll go with the over 6.5. I would love to actually be okay, yeah, let's take the minus 1.5. But we haven't seen the Panthers at home yet. Depending on how this game goes, that might be something we look at next game. Just if the Panthers come out here and they're up 4-0, going into the third period, then that might be something to keep our eyes on for a minus 1.5 play a little bit later down the road in 3 days when they play again. But other than that, you guys know what I got for you. Boom, we got our parlay, of course. This one's a little bit lower than the last couple ones have been. We try to keep these things around I'd say probably 400 to 600, and if we can get to 700, it's nice. But when you're only taking player shots on goal, it's very hard to get a very juiced parlay. Especially when you're just taking something like shots on goal and you're taking 2 and 3, you can definitely boost it up if you take 3 guys each for 3 shots on goal. But I mean, with that being said, it's it's very unlikely for it to happen. You also have to take 3 of the best players, which their lines are already reduced anyway. And if you're taking some random guy that doesn't normally get even 2 shots on goal and you're taking him for 3, yeah, you can really juice it up. But you got to get really lucky that actually happens because the writing's on the wall at this point where we've already had 2 games, so. We like the guys, and we know the guys that are actually shooting and scoring, and getting assists, all of that kind of stuff. So, with that being said, we're going Brad Marchand, 3+. Brad Marchand's literally just one of the guys on this team that he's looked the most aggressive in these 2 games. He really is I don't know the way to put it would be he's really getting after it, I guess, if you want to put it that way, you can. But he just played aggressive and played smart too, and he's not afraid to shoot. He's a veteran in this league. He doesn't mind shooting it at all. Carter Verhaeghe, 2 shots on goal. This one's a little tough for me because obviously this is where you're getting some of the plus money. It's him and Nugent. Marchand's not really plus money at 3. So you got Verhaeghe and then Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. And Hopkins scored in the first game. I don't believe that he scored in the game before, in last game. But the shots on goal have still both been there for both of them. Verhaeghe, I want to say, was like a non-factor in the first game, but then last game he kind of showed up. I think he still only had 2 shots on goal, so that's the one right there, the Verhaeghe play. But you also got to think about, okay, it's been 2 games, like I said, the writing's on the wall, but also at the same time too, we get a whole new change of venue, which means, dude, I want to take, some other guys and some weird guys, some outliers that haven't really done as much as I think that they should or that they could. So yeah, we're just gonna take a little bit of. I wouldn't say it's really that big of a reach because it's 3 guys and it's only a plus 390. So obviously it's not that big of a reach here. I do really like the picks here. We'll try to hit our second one. We hit our first in game 1. Last game we didn't. So this is the third game now. So that's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to go 2-1. The first one paid out like a plus 480 or plus 520, somewhere around there. This one would be a plus 390, which means you've lost 1 unit on last game that we didn't hit, but we've hit on both of these, so you're already up plus 800, about 8 units, just by betting these parlays, which parlays, like everybody knows, are pretty hard to hit. So, but yeah, that's my picks for that. That's the parlay. That's my game pick. Like I said, it's going to be a short video. We're at 6.5 minutes right now, if that. So, enjoy the game. Comment down below what you guys think about this parlay, what you guys think about the game pick too. And yeah, just let me know. Until next time, catch you guys in the next one. Peace.